Hey now, this is XF'd Up Recruit. I am bringing you today a Montana gameplay footage that I thought was share-worthy because it is a double strike with Secondaries, and the destroyers that received that and helped me get that achievement do not really like that result, so therefore we are going to post that to YouTube. So starting off, we've got the Gearing, and he's off over in C, probably captured it, and it's just me and one other cruiser so far for now. All 12 guns on him. He eats 10 shells and gets a little under a quarter health. The secondaries get locked on and go to work, and now I'm just moving along behind the island. There is a Yugamo popping up for a few seconds, trying to get the secondaries to switch over on him. And trying to keep an eye on the other enemy cruiser that is still in C. I see the cruiser in front of me is not doing so hot, and then I also check and see some torpedoes, some flail torpedoes flying out behind me, so I'm cutting forward. The cruiser dies. I've decided to turn around because I don't want to mess with anything over on that end. Then, furthermore, the Gearing and the Yugamo are last seen on the southwest edge of that island, so I'm thinking that they're going to come around trying to chase me. Thinking that I'm going the long way around. So I get the guns pointed up, trying to get a predictive angle on them. Sure enough, in comes the Yugamo, and just a little left turn, all 12 guns fire. Boom! Takes 6 shells, but he takes the majority of his health, and the secondaries immediately finish him off after that. The Gearing pops up, and the secondaries engage. So Yugamo had dropped one set of torps, but it's okay. I got the double strike and 2 close quarters experts out of this. And I believed that the Gearing had dropped torps too, so I began to try and turn out of them. Sure enough, you see 5 flying in towards me. And I immediately popped the damage consumable. Will they hit within that damage consumable? Yes, with 2 seconds to spare, so I do not take any flood damage. Escape with probably about 4,000 health left, and right off into the sunset as far as I'm concerned against those destroyers. So now they're trying to assume that I'm obviously a one-shot, kind of am. But I'm also still alive, and nobody's got any other pressure on me, so I got time to gloat. Now they're starting to realize that I took quite a few torpedoes, and this is where the salt starts. They start to realize that they should have got some flooding, even though damage control is a thing. Furthermore, at least this was during the Fly Strike Win event, so those achievements will apply nicely to my score. So now they're starting to inquire about why I don't have any flooding. Oops, saw that Roma pop up, burn down. Then up comes a enemy Des Moines, and I see that he is flying a little bit nose on to me, but he ends up turning to his right, so he gives me that precious broadside. Des Moines are not good caught out in the open. Scope in to try and take that shot, send the mail, and wait. The shot looks very clean, a nice little grouping there, and there it goes. He is now scrap. I also see another Des Moines hiding behind that island, so I start navigating towards him, seeing if I can get some shells floated over there. And it looks like he is just barely close enough to where it wouldn't be worth trying to get shells over there. But he is also moving forward slowly, popping in and out of detection, so I bet you he's gonna go and overshoot the island, try and think that he's got that battleship all to himself. But he will be proven wrong. Still firing that HE, still won't get spotted. There he is for a hot second. I managed to get shells off just in time to see that some will hit the island, but the majority will land where they need to go. Get a citadel and 2 incapacitations off that. Take a gun and his propulsion. He apparently damage controlled them immediately. So now he is probably realizing he made a mistake, and he's going to try and rush forward to another island to avoid my guns, in which I am going to deny him that privilege. We will take another citadel and sink him for a total of 4 kills, maxed out at 104,000 damage. And by the way, then the other guys start complaining, saying that apparently it was pure luck that I didn't catch a flood, even though there is such a thing called damage control, which stops and prevents floods for its action time. So, that's a thing. So moving along, obviously I'm being a little spiteful there, not dealing with people's ignorance, like in how they like to complain. Skipping ahead, obviously they're still complaining when I took 4 Shima Torps, which is a lie, they were a Yugamo, and 3 Gearing Torps that I should apparently be dead because torpedo bulges are not a thing that reduce the torpedo damage that you can take, and apparently damage control does not apparently isn't supposed to stop flooding. So obviously there's something really weird going on, or they're just really not too smart about how the game's played. And obviously my dying shot as Montana comes around the island for me. I cannot turn fast enough to angle him, so I died trying to go to B. But I got 4 total achievements, 4 kills, pretty decent